If you're a homeowner wanting to become mortgage free and build passive income, then this concept here is going to be really vital for you if you want to speed through that journey. What's going on, everybody? It's Blandon here from Mortgage HQ, and in this video I'm going to share the mortgage lifecycle framework with you. It represents the 4 stages that you must get through in order to become financially free. If you get it right, it might only take around 10 years, and that's one property cycle. But if you don't, you might get stuck at a certain stage and you might not be able to reach the financial potential that you deserve. Now, firstly, what is financially free? How financially free is defined is basically the day you can stop working and still enjoy the same lifestyle because you have enough passive income coming in from your investments. Now, of course, this might be different for everybody. Some people might just need $30,000 a year. Some people might need $300,000 a year. But regardless, financially free is the day that you can stop working and enjoy the lifestyle that you want. The traditional way of becoming financially free: work hard, put away more savings, and don't get into debt. That's exactly what my parents did. They worked 60, 70 hours at the takeaway shop and never bought anything that they didn't need. Growing up, my sister and I got taught that wanting to buy toys is a bad thing. My parents, they like to save where they can, and that does have its advantage because my dad was quite handy around the house. They were the type that hated debt and they want to pay it down as quickly as possible. So you would think that a frugal family like that would be able to retire early and have a nice lifestyle, right? But here's the truth. Saving money doesn't equate to building wealth, and paying down debt doesn't equate to freedom. Now, don't get me wrong, because my sister and I, we grew up in a great environment. As a middle-class family, we've always had what we needed, always lived in a decent house, always have education, and I'm forever thankful for that. Now, the challenge that we face with the current educational system, it only teaches us how to get a good job and be a good citizen, but very little around wealth building and how to create the financial future that we want. As previously mentioned, in the mortgage life cycle, there are 4 stages that everybody has to get through before they become financially free. And similar to my parents, most people get stuck in stage 1. So what I hope for you is that you can learn about this framework, embrace it, and see how you can apply it for yourself. The stages basically represents how many properties you own. In stage 0, you're trying to buy your first home, and you're trying to maximize the return that you're getting on your savings and accelerating the amount of deposit that you have. And what is required here is to make sure that you have the right foundation in terms of how you do your income allocation. And once you have that deposit, you're now ready to buy your first home. Now, once you take on your 80% or 90% mortgage, it's usually on a 30-year term. So you don't really want to be in debt for 30 years. So the goal here is to make sure you can reduce your mortgage as quickly as possible. The best thing you can do is to have the right foundation around your budgeting, which is taught in stage 0, but now instead of saving that money, you're putting it against your mortgage so that you can pay it off faster. You want to utilize facilities like offset account and revolving credit facility. But stage 0 and 1 won't actually get you financially free because the mindset here is still focused on cost. To transition from 1 to 2, there is a mind shift that must occur, which is going from a cost-conscious mindset to a investor return on investment mindset. Because in stage 2, you're now wanting to utilize the equity in your property to further expand your portfolio. Now, it's very important to note that stage 2 don't start when you become mortgage free. It starts when you have basically paid down some of the debt and you have built up some equity because the property value has gone up. So now you can go back to the bank and ask for a top up, for a deposit to go for another property. And because you've got this deposit and the rental income coming in from that new property, they will lend you the rest of the money for another property. So the goal here is to expand your portfolio until you have at least 3 or a sufficient amount of borrowing that will reach your destination. Now, it's really important in stage 2 that you look at what the end goal looks like so that you can reverse engineer the amount of borrowing you should aim for. And once you've held that portfolio for a little while where the equity has gone up significantly, and over time you should be able to build 1 to 2 million of equity, Now you're in stage 3, and the goal in stage 3 is to optimize your position so that you can get the maximum cash flow or the return on investments that you have locked up. In most cases, the right thing to do here is to look at how much return you're getting on the equity based on a cash flow basis and see if you can replace some of these assets with significantly higher cash flow assets. Then you can actually live on the passive income. Now, if you want to read up about this, you can go to mhq.co.nz and go under Mortgage Lifecycle tab. You'll be able to scroll down and see all the case studies on maximization. And here you can see by having a plan versus no plan, you'll be able to save up your deposits significantly faster. And then having a plan and strategy around how you can pay off your mortgage faster. Instead of having a 30-year mortgage, you could pay that down within just 10 years. And likewise, if you just carried on doing what you're doing with your KiwiSaver versus an actual plan around investing, then by the time you reach retirement, you will see that you'll have significantly more to work with for your retirement. And lastly, if you're in that position where you're in a high equity position, but not much cash flow and the bank won't lend you more money, even though you've got a big portfolio, it's all about optimizing the portfolio so that you can maximize the cash flow, which is represented by this pink here, because you might be in this position where you've got this portfolio, tons of equity, nothing's coming in, but you can actually replace some of those assets and put yourself in a cash flow positive position, which means you can live on passive income. You can also take the quiz on our website to see what stage you're in, and if you need help, just reach out, book a call. As simple as that. Bye for now, and I'll see you guys in the next video.